Hello, everyone. Let's get started. Good morning or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. 7:30 for me at the minute in the morning. Right, so last time we did stairs. I'm actually going to want to change. Actually, before we carry on with what I was planning to do today, I was planning to do a bit of work with the character. There was some great posts in Discord that I want to go over. There was, let me just find it. It was in. I'm just got to find the right idea. I should have looked this up beforehand. No. Here it is. Drag this onto screen. Somebody sent this in. Who was it? Let's find out who it was. Give credit where credit's due. Ray. I think that's how you're meant to say it. And they had this idea for the corner part of stairs, and I was thinking of more cutting it shorter here, but I quite like this extension that they've done, and that should be relatively easy to code too, so we'll do that at some point, just not today, I think. Maybe later. We'll see how well the character's controller's going. There we go. Just sort that. Right. Okay, so some of you may have seen in Discord, we had a character, our first character modeled up. Let me drag him into the scene. Let's make a new scene. Here he is, all in his untextured glory. Now, I think we have some textures. Oh no, I don't have the textures. I'm gonna have to. All right, looks like we're doing stairs. Looks like we're doing stairs because I need the artist. I thought he'd commit them, but he mustn't have committed them yet. So that means I don't have them yet in the game. So that means we're back to stairs. Actually, we might do the block. Let's do blocks. Let's do blocks. In fact, let's do a poll. So, do you want me to do stairs or right, we're gonna have a little poll. Oh, it looks like Voxel raycast's winning over completing the stairs. What's Voxel raycast? Well, I'll talk about it a bit more detail if we do it. But the minute the game is not raycasting against voxels, it's doing a standard raycast. And I want to change the system so it raycasts against voxels. And this will let us do stuff like highlighting the block that you're hovering over and being able to interact with blocks which don't have a physics collider, such as grass or water or something like that. I'll let it run for a couple more seconds and then we'll call it. Okay, I think there is no way that Stairs is winning. It looks like Voxel Raycast. Voxel Raycast has the win. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Oh, how's the audio, everyone? By the way, we a good level? Yeah, I'm gonna say yes. I think there's a bit of delay. Okay, so Yeah, audio's great. Okay, so we're about a 30-second delay, it seems. Okay, so how am I gonna let's go to the title screen. Title screen. Right. So first let's go over the problem. So we're just going to create a random world. Okay, this world's fine. Oh, that tree looks... What's happened here? I think I know what's happened. Ah, gorgeous. The fire tree. All praise. Well, let's do two things, because I'm streaming. If we got burst on... what do I want? I want jobs burst. It is. We're good. We're good. So what's happening here is that the textures are misaligned. So all I need to do, I'm going to click play. We'll solve this first. We go to our voxel manager, and I just need to rebuild the atlases. So if I go to... Oh, and this is missing. Okay, this will fix everything. He says. Moses Paul. All right, what we're doing here is we're rebuilding every single texture in the game back into an atlas. So the atlas, I just merged with another branch, and there must have been something that was disagreeing with the voxel data. So once I click this button, it'll rebuild everything, and it should be happy again. And if it's not happy, then we've got big problems. Yeah, it's a good job I hadn't implemented the fire mechanics yet or something like that. Just, the whole world goes ablaze. The lag would be intense as well if all the trees were just burning lava that's then flowing and then setting everything on fire. It'd be fun though. It's the tree from Elden Ring. Yes. Yeah, it takes a while to rebuild all the textures because each atlas, there's 6 of them, is let me get this right. It is, let me get my calculator out. It's about 16,000, I think. So it's whatever. Oh, I can never remember. It's 4096 times 2 times 2. So yeah, it's 16,384 pixels by 16,384 pixels. Go. That is the wrong place. Oh, no. I need to find the right place. It is in... We are in materials, voxels, atlases. That should be happy now. Yes, here it is. Perfect. Okay. So I now want to press play again. Oh, that's true. Trizzle2 says, would that bug cause the lava to flow if that had been implemented? I assume it was just the textures that were misaligned, not the properties. Yeah, that's correct. The properties wouldn't have actually caused the lava to flow. That is true, because it is just a texture misalignment. Yeah. So take 2 at loading a world, and hopefully the trees aren't fire now. And there's no tree. Oh, here's a tree. Yeah, tree's back to normal. Can confirm. Okay, let's get to the problem. So the problem at the minute, there's kind of two parts to the problem. Problem one is you can't break. So this flower block here, if you're in Minecraft, you kind of get like a outline on it, and you can punch it, and it'll destroy it. Whereas here, I can only destroy the block below. I can't actually interact with that at all. If I go at this angle, you'll see what I mean. You know, it's just going straight through. And I want to be able to interact with this. Likewise, there is also another issue that, hold on. Let's downscale that to, there we go. And then when I'm placing blocks, really, I can't see here. If your computer doesn't run as quickly as mine, I don't know where this lag spike's coming from while I'm streaming, by the way. You see, I don't know if you can see this, but I'm getting this freezing in the editor. I think it might just be an editor thing, which is too much RAM when I'm also using OBS, because I don't get this normally. And it's kind of putting me off. But, can I replicate the bug? Oh, that wasn't really the bug. There's one. You see how it's come out behind and there's no way I could have placed the block there? It's just kind of randomly come out. These ones actually hit the front face. I don't think they count. But this block here shouldn't have been placed there. And that's because at the minute what we're doing is, you might have seen when I was doing the stairs last week, when we meshed the stairs, I was also adding numbers to the block, and these numbers are the triangle face, and they give an index to which block they belong to. So the top of this block is made out of 4 triangles, and each one of them says, I am the top of this block. So then when I click here, the game knows, oh, I'm the top of this block, so that means we need a block here. Or if you delete it, I'm the top of this block, so delete this block. Likewise, it's the same for the sides. But what can happen is the frame rate and the tick rate are two different things. The game is running at the minute at 20 ticks. So that means that these blocks only update every 0.05 seconds, whereas we're probably running only 50 FPS. That's actually really low for me. Must be a streaming thing. Anyway, the point is that's still a lot faster. So if you manage to place 2 blocks inside a frame, you've kind of like used this triangle index twice, but that triangle index has been reassigned and then it comes out the back. So that's the other issue with this method. So what I want to be able to do is, instead of raycasting against the actual physical world, is to do it all entirely in maths and just raycast against imaginary voxels. Now, if we had cubes that were on a flat plane, this would be super easy because it's nice and easy maths, everything works out. But we're not. We've got hexagonal prisms that are curved into a sphere, and that makes the maths a lot harder. Okay, so let's do this in some sort of like debugging way so we can see what we're doing as we try and make it work. Okay. I wasn't actually planning on doing this today, so I haven't actually thought about it too much. So you can watch me try and figure this out live, I suppose. Let's take... How do I want to do this? Do I want to just make a straight up debug tool? Because I could just make it... Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's take... Ooh. Let's hijack... Yeah, let's use the editor tools. It'll be easier for testing, and then we can implement it into the player later. Because this is going to be a lot of experimentation. So we want... Where did I put this? I think I put it in... I gotta remember. I made some editor tools a while back to help me. Game editor. Here we go. Preview mesh. No, that's not what I'm looking for. If I click play, it'll actually help me remind me. Wait. I don't want this maximized. I thought I turned off maximize on play. So if I click play here, let's make it daytime. Right. Let's zoom to where the player is. So we'll find the player. Here he is. Now I have these special tools here. So if I click, I think the planet. Yes. Is it this one? Oh, I've got these info. So if I click here, it then has raycasts the... Oh, I've got some sort of weird mesh view on. I want that off. Oh, it's because it's highlighting that. Okay. So that then tells... That's an awful color, Ken. Why did I choose that? If I turn lights off, is it better? Okay, that's better. Still not great. And then this will tell me here like what zone it is and all that kind of good stuff, which was what I use for debugging a lot. What's voxel vector? Oh, this is showing you like where it exists in physical locations. Anyway, so let's hijack this and then try do a real voxel raycast with it. So what did I call this? It's called... So let's just type in globe section. No. Planet. I think it's attached to planet. So if I go here, here we go. Editor, planet test tool. That's what I've called it. Here we go. We can ignore this stuff and we'll make a new tool. Okay. We're going to wait for Ryder to finish processing files. I'll make this bigger. People complained about that last time that they couldn't see. Hopefully that's better. So let's hijack this. So we're taking the mouse button 0, that's left click. And let's add on here voxel raycast. I like it so much I want it to default to it so I don't have to switch it every time. Okay, so where do we use globe section? So let's put it at the top. Voxel raycast. And then break. And then it should be in here. Raycast. I should call it voxel raycast. Oh, this is gonna have this is okay. There's an issue I can see immediately with trying to do this, but we'll sort that problem in a minute. Because to start with, I just want to raycast the actual voxels themselves and not worry about the data. So in other words, this is going to raycast even air voxels, which may be weird, but we can deal with that later. What I want to do is I want to draw the ray that's in the world to start with, and then I want to fill out every single block that it touches and then render that as a debug so we can make sure it's working perfectly. So we're going to do the ray. I think it just needs the ray. Oh, it'll need the planet too. I think the planet from memory is the data structure. Yes. Okay, so we'll do that. Raycast hit chunk entity details. Okay, that's fine. Yep. Voxel raycast. Actually, we're renaming it. Somebody commented this on a video a long time ago, and I still haven't changed it. It's time now. I said I shouldn't call them voxels. I mean, technically they're not voxels anyway, just like Minecraft isn't really voxels. It just kind of is. Let's call them hexel. And let's add that to our dictionary. Where is it? Typo and add to user dictionary. This computer. There we go. We're now on hexels. Where was that used? Globe section. Oh, here we go. Hexel raycast. I shall no longer refer to them as voxels. And actually, I probably will all the time, but officially they're hexels. Right. Oh, I even managed to spell it wrong. Right. So that's good. Yeah, we'll just leave that exception there for now. Is globe section used elsewhere? No. So that means hexel raycast. Okay. And now let's just start off very simple. And we will draw. I've got to remember how this works. I actually want to move this, so let's Control X that. Where is key down? Wait, hold on. It does it mouse. Oh, that's the mouse down. And the key down. Oh. I added it to F button, F keys. Oh, that was nice. Let's not do that today though. Globe section from mesh rage class. Okay. So we were just doing this. Okay, let's pop it in here. So the ray is good. I just want to draw the ray correctly. Now, what's the correct method to draw rays in here? It's not debug, I think. I want to see where I've done this. I've done this elsewhere. Oh, looks like I'm not using this anymore. Voxel vector. This is the one. This will be the one. Oh, I am just using a debug draw ray. Okay, apparently we can just use debug draw rays. That's fine. Let's just draw the hexel raycast. Now, the length of it, let's set a length of... I don't want it too long. Let's just do 20. It doesn't kind of matter. So we can change that. Maybe make this a float. And then we want to debug draw ray, and then we want to go from the ray dot origin, and then we want to go for ray dot direction, and then we want to multiply this by length, and then color. Let's make it red. I feel like red for raycast. And let's just test to see if this works, and then we can carry on from there. Someone's asking, what am I adding right now? I am adding the ability to do a voxel raycast, which means at the minute we're using mesh raycasts to work out which blocks you're breaking or placing. That's not good, and I always knew it wasn't good, so it's time to make it proper. So if I come over here, and then I find the player, so we're here. And if I select the planet now, and I should have, if I click this little tool here, Excel raycast, and if I click the mouse, we should see nothing. But if I move the camera, there should be a red line. Oh dear, we got nothing. We got nothing. Ah. Why nothing? Oh, I know. I know. The duration's currently set to 1 frame. Let's set this to 10. Actually, let's make it quite long. Let's go for a minute. Why is that not letting me type? Oh, have I turned this off? Numlock's off. There we go. Take 2, nothing to see here. Okay, we'll do this one. Oh, that's what I did wrong. I used to be a checkbox. Take 3. Right. Zoom to the player. Ooh. Oh, I clicked planet. Player. Click the planet. Raycast take 2. There we go. That's what I was looking for. That looks about 10 long. And it's doing nothing at the minute, but click a few of them. We should have a few lines. Perfect. Okay, they look correct in terms of how they're looking. So now I want to highlight every single voxel that it's gone through. That's the hard bit. This bit, super easy. So, if we look at the planet, what data have actually given us? Planet settings. Now the radius, that's what we care about here. Because that's our 0 point. So I think what we need to do is we need to take this and we need to break it into sections. Normally, if you're doing this against like squares and it's in a uniform grid, you could just go, oh, say it's going along X and the ray's gone 10 units along X, you know exactly where it's gone. It makes it so simple. So jealous of squares a lot of the time. So radius. So we'll take the radius of the planet. Let's... okay, so that's the planet settings dot radius. Okay. So... we then need to see the first check that we have to make is does the ray start inside? Is the ray... oh god. I think I might make this another function. It's going to be like array trim. How do I do this? Because I want it as sections. What data do I get on the ray? Ray dot length. I got origin direction. The ray is going to be no good for us to store this data because I need line sections. Is line a thing in Unity? Unity engine line. I don't actually know what this is. Equals a new line. Okay, and then what do we get? Line dot. Okay, no, that's not what we want. I can store it as a thing array and then store its length alongside the ray. It's kind of annoying. Suppose the direction, you could have the magnitude inside the direct. Does it let you do that? I think it, let's see. Let's go inside array and see if it'll let me do that. So we could have the magnitude inside the... yeah. So it's always normalized. So we can't use that. I just want a way to store them. Oh, I'm gonna have to make one little class for this, aren't I? Yeah, if anyone knows a class that I can use for this without having to create my own, that would be awesome. So I'm going to make a private class, and this is going to be array 6. And it's going to have array. And oh, let's make this public. And it's going to have... It's a class that can store basically array and its length, is what I'm looking for. Might actually store it differently. Maybe we have the ray and then we have a list of segments. Oh, it's times. Because the ray is always going to be the same. Let's do that. I like that better. We're going to store the times. So, we're going to go, I really want this to be elsewhere. This is going to get too messy. It's going to get too messy here. What data does a raycast need? That's what we need to work out. Let's make this a static class. Let's make it part of the engine. It should take a ray. It needs to know... All it needs to know is the planet radius, I think. Oh, and the number of planet divisions. Planet... Oh, no? Oh, planet segments dot... Yeah, the divisions. Technically, we'd only need divisions. And the radius. You can calculate the radius from the divisions, but if it's already calculated, we might as well keep it. Let's keep it. Let's keep it. Let's make it its own class. It's a good practice in coding. If you can make something its own class, you kind of should. Now, where do I want to store this? This is going to be... This is quite basic, so let's put this in what I call a class called the game engine. It's not really a game engine, it's just classes that I think are core to everything working. They have to know no information about anything else, though. That's kind of the way I divide them. Okay, so Excel raycast. Maybe this gets moved later, but for here it's going now. Excel raycast. It is going to be a static class. So we can get rid of this junk. Let's... what's the namespace for this? This is... namespace will be... I think it's just game engine. Yeah. There we go. That'll do for now. And then we're going to... Or... do we make it part of Voxel? So many choices. This might get... so then that's going to be public static. And it wants to return... Let's make it a list for now. A list of... force. Or maybe just an int for. I think we can have it. Yeah, uint4, and then it's going to be raycast. And we want to do this in order, and he'll give them all back. Well, we want to test them as we go, don't we? Do we? Because then we can stop. No, let's do it this way to start with. We need the ray. We need the length of the ray. We need visions. This is how many times the planet's being divided. So you can think of this as, yeah, it's how many hexels are between each vertex of an icosahedron is that number. But we can use this number to calculate like when we've gone through a neighbor. And then we need it. Oh, but we'll need the... Can I access that from here? This might need to move. So we need the divisions and we need the planet radius. Okay. Oh, no, couldn't access that. So I should explain what this int4 is. So a hexel. Hexel. It has these components. It has. Okay, let's make this a comment. So it has W, which equals the triangle. And then it has X, Y, Z. It's the kind of way you can think of it. The triangle is wait, let me get this right. There's 62 different ones depending on where they are on the planet, and that's what makes this really annoying to work with. And then we have the X, Y, and Z. So we need to get all that information. So that means we need to work out whether we're going, if we go through an edge, we need to work out what's next to that edge. Oh, this is such a brain buster, this. So we need the ray, we're going to need the length. I'm like stumping myself before I've even started. I think I need to stop worrying about what's happening in the future, do this, and then change it as I go. So can I do hexel raycast? Oh, not when I've got this here. Oh, sorry. Raycast, and then I need the ray, the length, planet dot divisions, planet dot radius. Okay. I'm gonna hit the zone size. Can I access planet settings? What class is planet settings in? Planet settings is in generation. And it's internal. Planet settings. Oh, here, planet settings. ECS.components. So I'm probably going to need the zone size, because this can change. I'm going to need that. Let's move this. Yes. Dot. I can't even see it at the minute. It's already getting moved. Game engine's no good for this. It needs to go into the ECS functions because I think we need access to ECS data. That means it has to be an ECS function. There we go. Oh, we have a new supporter. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for supporting. I'm going to butcher this name. Akiru Sama? There we... I think that's right. Okay, so ECS.functions is now available. We're going to take in the planet component because I think that just makes this easier because it contains all the data we need. Length, and then we just want the planet. I just take planet. No. Not here, at least. Okay. Planets. Oh, I'll just put settings. Sure. Let's take our ray and let's now clamp it to the size of the planet. So, private static float start time. I'm going to take the ray. Well, oh, I'm just going to take all this data again. Oh, no, we're not. We're just going to take the float radius. Okay. And then we need the end time. So then we're going to have float start time equals start time. And this is going to have the ray, it's going to have the length, and it's going to have the settings dot radius. Change this again. Let's make this a bool. Go that out. Let's do that. This will probably change over time, but that's fine for now. So, planet settings. Oh, is that a double? And then we're going to have, okay, so the ray. So if we say if ray position, what should I call this? I'll just call it altitude. So this is the how far from the core of the planet the ray's starting. This is the ray dot origin normalized. Sorry, not normalized. Magnitude. There we go. So we'll do if altitude is greater than radius plus, and then what's it called? is it called? Game settings? No, it's called world settings. No? Oh, this build height. It's a constant that I store somewhere. And I've forgotten what I call it. It'll be in planet. World settings. Oh, global settings dot world settings. Okay. Global settings dot. Here we go. World height. There we go. Vertical chunks. Chunk size 16. Okay, so that's what we want. If altitude is greater than radius plus the world height, that means we're outside the planet's voxel zone. So we need to clamp the ray. Okay. Else if the altitude is less than the radius, then we need to clamp it the other way. Otherwise, we return 0, which means that the start 0 just means the start is at the very start of the ray. We don't need, oh, we do need the ray length. Oh, but it could fail. Oh, so this needs to be a bool. Okay, bool. Okay. And then we need to go. Because if it fails, we need to return false. So if not start time. out float start time. If not start time, return false. So that's if, yeah, return true, and then time equals 0. So now we need to see if that ray is going to so we need to draw the line now. Why is everything so complex? I've made it a sphere. Just like the pain of my life sometimes. Ray. So okay, let's do the. Oh no, because that could still be inside. Because you could like pass through the atmosphere. That would still be valid. I don't know how to. So let's do it in 2D. You should be able to see this. Let's make myself a little diagram. So what I'm worrying about now is let's do it in paint. And then we'll do some questions. Let's get good old paint up. So this is what I'm concerned about at the minute. If it isn't obvious, because it probably isn't. Let's draw a. Right, here's our planet. Let's do it like. All right, good enough. So that's our planet. So this is the core here. And that's where the build height starts. Let's do it in another color. Here. And that's where the build height ends here. So let's do orange for that. And let's Let's do another ray. So if I'm ray casting, and say my ray starts here, and then it finishes here, it's never going to interact with the planet, so we need to detect that and say false. Likewise, if it starts up here and finishes here, never interacting with the planet, we need to detect that. But if it starts here and ends up here, we need to shorten the ray between these 2 points. And likewise, if we're coming from outside the planet, we need to shorten the ray between these 2 points. So all I need to do is check if the starting ray is inside the planet. Yep, that's right. At what time? That's it. And if the end ray, oh, what time? Yeah, is inside the planet. I just need to find the time where these two cross. But for outside the planet, I can't just check if they're both outside, because they can still both be outside the start and end points, and it still interacts with the planet. Likewise, if I do this, both the start and end points are outside the planet, but it's still interacting, which is just so irritating. So we need to find the point on the outside one which is closest to the planet. Whereas I'm pretty sure if there's no way, yeah, because you always have to be a closer point. Yep. So inside one's easier, outside one is harder. So let's do that one second. Good old trig time. Oh, and we've got some questions. Let's go through some questions. I got this badly set up. I've got my microphone where I can't read them. Hyper D region, if that's how you say it. I know this will be at least forever away, but what is your vision on how leaving a planet will work? Will the planet you left still be there, or will it just be a simple large texture? This is going to kind of happen in phases, is the current plan. So the very first version of planetary travel will probably be fast travel. You won't actually get to fly off, and then the planet will disappear and the new planet will load in. But the plan is, and the reason I'm doing that to start with is because I think it's more important to get the actual survival game loop in first and how fun the 2 planets are. Like we're focusing mainly on, you know, the having the fun on the planets rather than having fun in space. So it's much more important that we do that first and spend all the time doing the spaceship side. But saying that, I'm then planning, so once that's all working well, let you fly off. So you will fly up out your planet. Your planet will then go through some LODs as you get further away, and you'll be able to then fly around your solar system, similar to if you played Outer Wilds. That kind of space flight is what's planned. But I do want to stress, a long way away from that, and we need to get a lot of other stuff working and going well first. Chisel Tool has asked, I'm curious about the spaceships will work. I guess you'd build them using hexels, but then you'd have to separate them from the grid and having them fly about smoothly. So this part as well is still undecided. I might do it so there's a few different ways we can do this. One will be, like you're saying, is you're building off grid and you'll have some sort of, like, I don't know, spaceship factory where you can, where it'll restrict your building so you can't go crazy and you'll need certain parts. That could be one way. The earlier way I see it working, which will probably happen first, is you're just collecting and building, you know, like you're crafting parts to the spaceship and it always fits together into the same model. That's probably how it'll start. And then later on we'll add the more customizable spaceships. Chisel Tool, will you be able to build on asteroids? If so, how small can they realistically be before you notice issues with trying to align the grid on them? Yeah, so again, asteroids aren't planned until we have proper space travel. And then I think the asteroids will use a similar build system to whatever. If we're having building spaceships, you'd put asteroids in that similar system. It'd be a new grid. It'd be like a flat grid, and then yeah, probably still hexagonal grid just to keep in line with the game. And then they'd be there as they'll be like, you know, solid structures rather than the planets, which are just a shell. Uh, Pyr. Oh, oh, I'm struggling here. Pyriana. Will there be monsters slash enemies? And if so, what's the coolest one you're thinking of adding? Definitely monsters and enemies. That is coming for survival. It's going to be a big part of the game. There are going to be dungeons and boss fights as a main part of the game loop. I'm not going to say too much of what we're thinking of adding. I do have some plans, but we haven't even done the concepts for them yet. Although that will be happening soonish. Suited randomizer. What planet concepts are planned? Oh, so like what types of planets? So the solar system's going to be... The solar system you're in to start with is random, in the sense that all worlds in it are randomly generated and will all be different, but they'll be the same flavors. So you'll always start on an Earth-like planet, and then say we have a Mars planet, a Venus planet, and a Jupiter planet. They'll be in everyone's seed. And the reason for that is you need to think of them more like dimensions in Minecraft, and you know there is a reason to go there in order to progress. And if that didn't appear in your seed, you'd just be screwed. So there'll be the type of planets that we're thinking of. I do want to add some cool ones, like some of the. There's been a ton of suggestions on this, but ones that you can expect to be added sooner, if that makes sense, because we can kind of add them forever. I definitely want a tidally locked planet because I really like the design with that. That's kind of fun. There'll definitely be more of a really hot lavary planet where you're going to need some more. You know, you're going to need protection to go there, so you're going to need because of the heat. And yeah, and probably an ice world as well. But they won't be empty. There's going to be creatures on them. As unrealistic as that may be, that's fine. But I don't want them to feel like barren rocks, as they are, or are in our solar system, because that's kind of boring. We want lots of stuff to do there. Yeah. Although saying that there might be some barren planets, as like we might put in some barren moons or stuff, but they wouldn't be. Yeah, they'd probably still have life of some sort. I can't imagine making it completely empty. Cool. Right, let's get back to this. So we were the altitude less than the radius were outside. So this is the one we're happy about. Everything else, unhappy. So I need to calculate where the end point is. Ah, so the good news is, right, we've already checked to see. Oh, no, we haven't. Okay, scratch that. Ray dot origin plus ray dot direction times length. So we need this point. That wants to be dot magnitude. And that's going to be float and altitude. And so that. Oh, so we just test this straight up. So then we can do if that is less than the radius. That means that all points inside must be less than the radius and it doesn't interact. Put the bracket there, delete that. So if that's less than the radius, we can return false. It's going to error. So let's just put a time equals 0 up here, because then it doesn't matter. Else we're going to return the intersection point. So we should store this. float 3. Oh, they're using vector 3s arrays, aren't they? Oh. I just realized Ray doesn't work with ECS. Future me's problem. It'll error for me when I try and run this inside a job. Let's write this as float 3 though, so then this part at least works. Ray end equals ray origin plus ray direction times length. Get rid of those brackets. Put in here ray end. Oh, that's right, I have to do length. Or let's write it this way, because if I don't write it this way, we're going to have problems later. Why is that I'm not happy? Why is that bracket? Oh, extra bracket here. That's why. Now it's happy. The brain does return false. So now we need to find the point where a line crosses with. Is there an easy way to find this? At what time? There must be an easy way, because does it increase linearly? It does. No, it doesn't. Is that true? I need to go back to my model. So if I drew a line like, oh, it doesn't, but it does. Okay, so it does for us, but it doesn't have to, because it could. Is that linear? No, it's not linear. It's not linear. Ugh, that means I can't just maths the two easily. Right, maths time. So I need to do intersection of. It's time to ask Google on line with sphere. I think it's the same problem as the intersection of a line with a circle I'm currently thinking about. And that makes the maths easier. I'm like on the inside. That's why I'm like, it's like the inverted problem. Line 0.0. Okay. Right, this is complex. This is gonna be so. This one here is gonna be so complex because I'm gonna have to sit down and think about it with pen and paper for a while, I think. This is why I've been dodging this for a while, because I just know it's a headache. Do you know what I'm gonna do? I might carry this off stream because I'm gonna be sat here with pen and paper for maybe an hour, just working this out and the best way to approach this. So instead, I'm gonna carry on with this part here and just presume that these are happy, even though I know they're not. So end time is gonna return true. We'll just return 1. That'll do for okay, that's fine. Right, so it's happy. Definitely happy. Couldn't be anything that could go wrong. And I'll fix that later. Let's get to the next part. So we now just want to see what we actually hit inside. So we need to go from, we cut it into sections. We need to cut this ray into sections as it goes through a voxel. So we need to find out what voxel does it start in. So let's just forget about this for now. Comment that out. We're going to just presume that the ray's fine as is, which it might not be, but for the testing purposes just now it is. So we're going to take the ray.origin and we need to convert this into a voxel position. Now there's a way to do that. Why is this not happy? Oh, because it needs. Know what it wants? Oh, because it's not in game engine anymore. It's in EC functions. It's not happy? Oh, int4. And then let's call it why are you still not happy? Oh, because I just changed this to planet settings. Okay, that's happy now. Okay, get rid of that. So, why was I even here? Oh, that's right. I was here. Find globe section, this one. Okay, so this is it here. I need the globe settings. This will do. This will do. So this is because I'm trying to write this for ECS at the same time. This is just a list, and because it's dots, you have to write it this way. So I have to dispose it. So then this will be ray dot origin dot x y z y z. Oh, what happened? Oh, that's what happened. Planet settings dot division. So this is just now Settings.divisions. Okay. That gives us our voxel. Triangle index, chunk position, voxel position. So let's check this works. So then we can return hit voxels, add. Oh, is it no? I can't remember how this works again. It is. So then we'll need new int 4, and then we want to duplicate the triangle index, and then we want to put in the voxel position.x, voxel position.y, and full position.z. And this wants to be it. Okay, that should be happy now. Well, let's do default then, and then we do hit voxels equals new. There we go. And then we just want to return true. Great. So we've raycast a tiny distance, and we then need to work out all the other ones. So we need to find out those segments where to go through each one. Okay, let's go back to my little drawing, what I'm thinking. So imagine oh. Yeah, it doesn't matter that it's not lined up. Oh, go. Oh, whatever. I hate paint sometimes. Give me a line. So this is our raycast now. Say we're going here. We started here and we're in this voxel. We kind of need to work out when we go through each layer. So I do need to crack this spherical, the intersection of a line with a sphere. It's kind of important, unfortunately, because we need to work out each time it crosses like a altitude. It's just this distance from the. So if you've got a straight line, no, because it does change because it's spherical coordinates. Man, this is so much easier in flat space. Let's do this, and then let's draw. Yeah, let's draw it back in here. So, right, it's always going to be true because of the way I've written it. It's only going to give us one, but let's draw that one Excel for each in hexels. Now I need to decompose the int. So this is just for visuals for us. So I need to redraw that hexagon that we've hit. Gonna want to use. I think is there something here that I can butcher just to save myself a bit of time? handle. So I'm drawing the circles. What if we just draw? Okay, let's try that. What's this inside? Oh, but you have to draw it every frame, otherwise it'll disappear. So we need to add it to a list to be drawn continuously, otherwise it'll just vanish as soon as, yeah, as soon as the frame's over. Okay. So that's slightly annoying. Okay, that's fine though. So let's go at m underscore equals hexels. And then we create this as a property. Hexels. Have I spelled that wrong? Is that not how I spelled it? Heck, oh, because I haven't put the plural in. Oh, stuff it for now. So we need to now test every frame if we've got hexels. Yeah, that's what this is doing. And then we want to do, yeah, for each and hexels. So we're going to go through each one. Even at the minute, there'll only ever be one. We want to draw them. So let's make it red. And then let's do they have a, which ones have they got? They have possibility. Do they have a sphere? I'll just draw a sphere. Draw disk. Right. Draw solid rectangle. No, I don't want a rectangle. Where? Cube handle, that'll do. We'll have cubes. Oh, sphere handle cap. That's what I want. Yeah. Okay. Control ID. Oh, I need to grab one, don't I? This will do. And then the position. So then we need position rotation. So position. This will be quaternion to identity. And then event type. Event type. Current. Yeah. There we go. Why is that not happy? Oh, it is. Okay, so we just need to find the position. I need to convert the hex cell that we just did the inverse to back to the real world position. Now, remember, How do I do that again? So I need to grab the triangle, then multiply out by the planet radius. I think that's right. I think that's right. Okay, so we need to get we've got the planet here. Yes. Okay, so we've got the planet data. That's good. I've gone too far. We need to go get rid of that. That's annoying me. Get the planet. So we're gonna need that, and we're gonna need to work backwards. So we need the get, isn't it get triangle? Or is it triangle? No, it's in global. No, it's not that one. It's in, where did I store this? I might have to go look at the function. I need to remind myself. Globe section from, no, globe section from. No, those stuff aren't going to help me. This one might. World vector. Ah, thank you. That's the function I want. I knew I'd written this before. So it needs the triangle, which is the, yes, xl.w, and then we need the voxel location, which is u. Should have made this a un. We'll change that later. xl.x, xl.y. Yep. And then we need to make these units. That needs to be an unsigned int as well. And why are you not happy? So the location. Oh, and then we need the divisions, which is planet.settings.divisions. Why are you still not happy? Hello? Cannot resolve method. Candidates are, oh, byte. Okay, now you're happy. Okay, so this is our vector. And then we just need to take the world vector, and then we need to add on our position. I think that's what we did before. So see how I dealt with it? World vector. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. I'll just do a little copy pasta. So we want to take the world vector and then multiply that, and then finally multiply by the hexcell.z. And then it's not happy. Why are you not happy? Oh, probably because this is a... Okay, let's do this before we cast it. And then let's cast this. Is it... And I need to cast that to... Oh, this is so annoying. Okay, let's do it this way. This is just silly. Okay, and then we just do... We'll convert it here. Pos dot x pos dot y pos dot z. Oh, and then we need to convert. In fact, if I do it here, hold on, let's do it here. I think this is quicker. Float 3, and then we do new float 3. There we go. And then I should be able to put pause here because I think you need to auto convert that. Oh, 5 arguments. Sorry, what's its arguments? Control ID, position, rotation. Oh, size. Sorry. It's probably what has been crossed about for a while. 1. There we go. Now it's happy. And now if we go back to game, we should, in theory, get a circle exactly where we click the mouse, providing we're inside the world and we haven't caused everything. So, if I now go to here, and we take it our little function here, planet, sorry, planet, and we're going to take in our be right back. That's broken. So I need to make sure that it's been defined. That should work. Should probably pass it as a reference to the other thing. Okay, let's get it working and then I can think about improvements. Improvements. Excel raycast. So, take 2. We should get a dot just above the play. Lots of errors. Excel.w is not happy. Why? Why are you not happy? Is triangle index being 62? 62 is the null. Okay, let's put a debug in. Let's find out why it's wrong. So first of all, if being a plonker. Don't mind me, just putting something on the X coordinate. Spin the W. There we go. This'll work. Probably. Make the sun up. Right, find the player. Click this. Click this. And hope it doesn't go red. Oh, didn't go red. There we go. Yes. Right. That looks pretty good. Let's try do it in a gap. Let's see how aligned the grid it is. This should be... I've got a feeling it's going to be at the bottom, but I'm not sure. Yeah. It is. That's fine, though. It's definitely dead centered, though. You can tell. That's working, though. That is working. So, where is it? It's kind of like you can't see where... No, down here somewhere. And let's look at it through this camera. Oh, we must be near... Yeah, we must be... Wait, where did it go? Yeah. You see how stretched that is? We must be near a pentagon. With that way, so that means the pentagon's over here or over here. We are near pentagon somewhere. Oh, let's not bother finding it. Let's not bother. I'll just be wasting time. Okay, so we've done a raycast and we've managed to find the cell that you start in. Now I want to carry that on and find the cell that you end in, and then there should be a line of dots. Yeah. Eventually I want to draw them as hexagons. No, I don't want to draw them as hexagons because it's too hard. It's not worth it. Yeah, famous last words, this will work. How often you hear coders say this will work. Yeah, it's because you kind of think about it. And you go, yeah, this will work, and then it doesn't. And then you're like, oh. Okay, that's good. Well, that's dead center. So that's good. Now I just need to carry on the raycast. There's a few ways to do it. The way that I really... Well, I shouldn't do it. And I need to find the edges. It'd be nice if you knew your... No, you can't know it from that. You know your start point and your end point. How do you find every single one that is crossed? easily. I think the only way to do it is to do intersections with planes. I can't think of another way to do it. So it'd be intersections with spheres plus intersections with planes, which is just disgusting in terms of how hard that is. You could make some approximations, like you can check the normals, and if normals are in different directions, then it can't be intersecting. Yeah, that works. Well, as in they're pointing in more than 180 degrees from each other. Because then they can't intersect. So you'd need... Let's do the layer one first. Let's do the intersection of a sphere with the line. I'm buzzing. Intersection of a sphere with a line. Okay, someone's got some code here that might be helping me out. Good old Stack Exchange. Is what you're testing. Because if I go up here, it's a trig problem. Of course, it's a trig problem. But what's the quickest way to find this? Well, I want a fast way. Oh, is this written for me? Let's see. Let's see. I always like it when it's written already. Let's see. Math. What have we got? No. Oh, I really want to dig deep into this. So yeah. This point. Yeah, I'm gonna save this one for later. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come up with a plan of attack, and we'll cover this later. I think that's all I can do on there today while we're on stream. So instead, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna change text a bit. We're gonna go back to where we were last time, with our stairs, I think. In fact, oh, it's thingy. Let me just check, see if I can get the character. I really want to work on the character. Let me just check some stuff here. See if I can get the new character. And then we'll carry on with that for now. That seems a bit more fun than me scratching my head for hours upon end, which is what needs to happen to make this work efficiently. Let's make a new scene. Let's drag the player character in, because this is the other big one that I want to check off. Here he is. Okay, we're getting a response. We should get this soon. Let's start with... Oh, did I get some... Just want some default animations. Let's get some of the animations. I'll have to commit this. So this is... Windows. Oh, I'll wait to see if I can get it first. While I wait, let's answer some questions. So if you've got any questions, ask them now, and I'll answer as many as I can while we wait. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, my camera lost focus, did it? Okay, so I'll start with this question. Kathy K asks, will planetary ring systems like Saturn be in the game? If so, will they be visual only or have gameplay effects? Unsure. I mean, I'm sure we'll have at minimum a ring system that's visual. Will you be able to do stuff with them? Maybe. Not going to promise to that one yet. But yeah. Like I said though before, it's one of those games that can keep developing forever. So if we are still developing in who knows when, it's the kind of thing that can get added retrospectively. Suited Randomizer asks, will there be ragdolls when a thing dies? Will there be? That's kind of like an art choice to make. I haven't made my mind up yet. I also have to think how it affects age rating as well, because we kind of want to get everyone 12. I think it's everyone. Is it everyone 11 plus? I think is the rating we'd want to get, which means stuff can't be too realistic. So maybe no ragdolls because of that, but I'm unsure. We'll have to see. It might be a pop out of existence thing. We'll see. Yeah, because we don't want the game to be gory or anything like that. Okay, let's see if we've got it. Not yet. Oh, here we go. Ice Yoshi sent me the details. Yeah, everyone 10 plus. Content is generally suitable for ages 10 and up. May contain more cartoon fantasy or mild violence, mild language, and or minimal suggestive themes. Yes. Any more questions? Will there be Pyriana asks, will there be NPCs like traders and or quest givers? The plan is at the minute that's a yes. Not in, I don't think we're going to do the same like sort of village system as Minecraft's done, or at least in the same way. But I haven't. That's not fully decided yet either. It's still to, that's still to that's still to be done. Canal, or I can't read this one. Ali Atorio asks, will the space travel thing you said be done through some sort of rocket block entity, or will it be done through something like Minecraft's creative mods contraptions? Probably to start. Well, to start with, it'll be definitely to more like it's the model that you. It'll be you basically get all the parts, put them together, craft them together. You'll have a ship, and it'll be that model. Later on, we want to make it more customizable and perhaps a block building system specifically for spaceships and stuff in space. So you can build space stations, build on asteroids, that kind of thing. But that's not a plan for 1.0 of the game. That is a post-release plan. Hey, what kind? Eric, the short one, asks, "Hello, what kind of creatures are we going to encounter? Are you going for more realism or fantasy?" Definitely more along the fantasy side. Yeah. To the minutes, I'm leaning towards a bit more of a. Oh, there's probably going to be a bit more of a tech. Oh, what would you call it? Bit of sci-fi fantasy, but more towards the fantasy than the sci-fi, if that makes sense. Uh, will Kathy K asks, will mods be supported? Oh, I've got just. Oh no, is it rip? Internet rip. Or is it back? Was for a sec. Okay, so we're back. I'm back. So I think we're saying about the mods. Will mods be supported? Uh, yes. That's the plan. To start with, it'll probably be just texture mods, and then we'll move on to the block mods and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. The way that all works is like I don't want to get ahead of myself with that, but I don't want to make it impossible for the future. It's kind of like a hard one. It's like a bit of a balance. Like I don't want to be worrying now with how we integrate all the possible mods, but at the same time, I'm thinking like, oh, I want to make this easy for myself when we do try and add it in the future. So likewise for the one of the most simplest mods, which I suppose is just a texture pack. I don't know if you class that as a mod. This tool here lets the artists, easily put their textures in. They can just work normally, and then it builds it into the game. There's no reason why I can't open this up for the public to use, and you could just have a tool like this, and it would be able to reassign all the textures in the game nice and easily. But yeah, to the more complex stuff like adding the blocks also have metadata here, so you'd be able in modding to add in new block types that weren't in the game rather than just retexturing blocks. So that would already work. But then going much further than that with the more coding side, that should be possible too. It'll depend how well I make the back end for the console, and then you should be able to tie into that to make all the other cool stuff work. So yes, it should be possible. Let's see if this is working. Pennsylvania R22's two turbine locomotives. How many DCs will it have? Well, 0, I think, is the answer on this one. Yeah, that's an easy answer for me. Yeah, the plan will it be, just a never-ending cycle, but it'll all be part of the main game. It won't be a separate DLC that you need to. It won't be like, now get the next planet DLC. Oh yeah, Pennsylvania says nice human model, triangle based, not cross based. Well, why we wait for this to update? I can maybe talk about some of the. There was quite a lot of time that went into thinking about this, and getting away from quads was one of the big things that I wanted. Because normally when you're modeling and you're thinking quads the whole time, and it makes sense because then you can subdivide your model and everything works. Whereas this can't be subdivided easily. But that's not what I want. I wanted something that's going to give you the feel of the world that you're in, where we've got angles that are like the same sort of angles you'll see on a hexagon. So it fits into the world better is the plan. You might be able to get around the 10 rating with ragdolls by making a free DLC. Well, the thing with that kind of stuff is we could leave that to mods. Yeah, but yeah, this is the character for now. He may change. I'd say he almost certainly will change, but this is the style we're going with for sure. Oh, it seems that it's not pushing correctly. Looks like we might be stuck. We might be stuck. That's okay though. I might just, in fact, that's what we're going to do. Is there any more questions? And then I might have to call it a day for today, and I'll have to update this stuff off stream. And then I'll do another stream next week. Probably, well, it's Friday for me today to give you an idea. So probably on my Tuesday or Wednesday, one of those. So you're Monday or Tuesday, probably, depending where you are in the world. Yeah, someone's asking, have I rigged this already? Yeah, so this one's got a broken rig. That's why I can't continue. There is a correct rig, but I need to go grab that. And then I need to mess with some other stuff and merge these two branches together. But that's finicky stuff, and I'm not going to do that one on a stream. And then maybe on Monday, Tuesday, or yeah, Tuesday my time next week, there'll probably be another stream. I'll put up a thing to say when it's going. And I'll also tweak about with the raycast, so we're a bit further on. I just hadn't got my head around the sphere casting, and it's too much maths to do on screen because I'll just be silent probably for half an hour writing on a pen and paper. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next week.